with them in. Okay. So I got hip active range of motion, external rotation with the goniometer, contractile unit testing hip abduction, mobility testing hip lateral distraction, joint mobilization, lumbar unilateral PA grades 1 to 4, and active straight leg test. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the hip active range of motion, external rotation with the goniometer. All right, Melissa, so do you want to go ahead and just remove your shoes for me? And to measure the rotation of the hip, we're going to be doing this with the hip flexed while she's sitting at the edge of the table, and then also with the hip extended while she's in prone, because that could alter the results. So we'll make sure that we're checking both. Okay?
It's funny, I got this.
Alright, first I'm just going to take the motion here with the next rotation. Okay, I'm just lining the goniometer up. Middle of the patella, perpendicular to the floor, and then the crest of the tibia. It's active, so go ahead and do that motion for me. And hold it there. Good, okay. And I got 14 degrees, so I'm slightly limited.
Slightly.
And I'll go into the same thing on this side. So first I'm just going to take you through that motion. Alright, I want you to go ahead and do that motion for me as well. Hold it there, and I'm lining my goniometer up with the same landmarks. Okay. 16 degrees. So go ahead and lay on your stomach. We're going to do that same thing with the hip and extension.
I think it's still going.
Okay,
I think it's blacked out.
Okay. So this way. So go ahead and do that motion for me. Good, and I actually got 21 degrees there. Here's the other side. So this motion here. Go ahead and do that for me. And 24 degrees. So a little bit more range with that hip and extension. You can sit up. Okay, so that was hip active range of motion. External rotation with the goniometer. So we'll do contractile unit testing hip abduction. And this one we can actually do both legs at the same time. So Melissa, go ahead and lie on your back. And I'm just going to be applying a little bit of resistance right here at your ankles, and I just want you to match my resistance and don't let me move you. Okay, ready and go. Hold, 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 hold. Okay. Good job. Any pain with that?
No.
Okay. So I will say that that was strong and painless. Mobility testing. So I'm doing hip lateral distraction. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the table down. Alright, Melissa, go ahead and lay on your back for me. And scoot a little bit this way. So for this one, we're just looking at the mobility inside the joint, so the integrity of the joint. So I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to be placing my hands as far close to the joint line as possible. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to come here. The next one is joint mobilization, so lumbar unilateral PA, grades 1 to 4. I don't know if that's still on. All right, so for this one, we're going to be looking at the motion of the spine. So go ahead and flip over on your stomach. Not one of the sides. Scoot a little bit towards me. So for the unilateral PA, we're actually coming from the spinous process, and we're actually going to come about 2 thumb widths off of the spinous process because this pressure is going to be directed on the transverse process. Let's do it right here, about L1. Come off and just run my fingers down until I find the transverse process. Take both thumbs and just provide a posterior anterior pressure straight down. So I'm just getting a feel for how much motion that she gets. And then with the grading, I'll start with grade 1. So I'm going to sink down and take up that soft tissue. And then I'm just going to go through the first 25% of her available motion. For grade 2, I'm going to do about the first 50% of her available motion. It's going to be a little bit slower. Any pain with this?
No.
For grade 3, I'm going to go past the first half of her available range and actually get into that second half of the available range. So it's definitely going to be a little bit deeper, and we're just focusing on that second half of your available motion here at the spine. And then for grade 4, just the last 25% of the range. So this one's going to be a little bit faster. Okay. And I guess I can do that for all the lumbar segments.
No.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, so I would go down each vertebra by vertebra and do that on each segment, each transverse process. And active straight leg raise. Okay, so I'm lying back. Okay, so for this test, we are looking at her ability to basically transfer loads throughout the system. So I just want you to, raise your right leg up for me. Good. And back down. Any pain with that? So I'm looking for pain reproduction, if the leg feels heavier than the other, or a drop in her ASIS is here. Now if that test was positive, I can come in and perform a compression right here and have her do it again. And I would ask the patient if that seemed easier or if it was less painful. The same thing on this other side. Go ahead and raise this leg up. Okay, and back down. So same thing. Pain reproduction, if one feels heavier than the other, or any drop in the ASIS indicative of poor load transfer. And the same thing, I can do a compression or a distraction. So we'll do a distraction. Raise that leg up again, and back down.